Good evening, Northern Colorado. This is George, Kilo 3 Sierra Alpha Delta. I'm located in Windsor and will be net control until relieved for tonight's NCARC TechNet. The purpose of the TechNet is to enlighten amateur radio operators on topics of a technical nature. We will do our best to answer any technical questions to the benefit of all listening. If a subject has never been clear to you, this is an excellent opportunity to find an answer. If anyone feels that they have information that will help regarding that subject, please give your call sign and Net Control will call on you. Reset. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergencies or priority traffic. If you need to use a system for an emergency during the net, say break 3 times in rapid succession and give your call sign. We will acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise you're clear. Are there any emergency or priority traffics at this time? Hearing none, all licensed amateur radio operators with 70-centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into the net. Club membership is encouraged but never required for participation within the net. Check-ins are requested to count participation, and no checkout is required. This is K3SAD, Net Control for tonight's TechNet until relieved. Reset.
KF0 LDS Lima Delta Sierra. That's Norval and Lakewood.
You checking in or relieving?
Checking in.
Gotcha. Stand by. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly, first alphabetically, and then again using the ITU phonetic alphabet along with your name and location. When checking in, please state if you have a topic that you would like to discuss. I'll be taking check-ins in groups of 3. When I've recorded the first group of 3, I will move on to the next group. Barring doubles, in the interest of time, I'll read back all recorded call signs after the conclusion of the first full round. If I make any mistakes, please call Net Control corrections at that time. I'll start by taking check-ins from any Echolink users. Please be advised that Echolink users receive with small delay and therefore respond with delay, so there will be a pronounced pause here for a response. Any call signs Alpha through Zulu via Echolink, please call K3SAD Net Control now.
This is K0LEE, Kilo 0 Lima Echo Echo, Lee in Greeley.
Gotcha, Lee. Anyone else on Echolink? Okay, I will now take check-ins over the air from call prefixes Alpha through Mike. Alpha through Mike, please call now.
WA9FBO, 9 Foxtrot Bravo Oscar, Bob in LaPorte, no traffic.
AE0KO, Alpha Echo 0 Kilo Oscar, Brad, Mobile in Fort Collins, no traffic.
Okay, let's hold it there. I had a double with Brad. If you're not AE0K's Oscar, that throws me off. Please come back. You're holding the repeater, but almost unreadable. I got KF0KFF, and we'll let it go at that until you find higher elevation or a better spot. I'll take the next 3 check-ins.
Kilo Echo 4, Alpha Lima Golf. KE4ALG, Todd in Fort Collins.
Hi, George. Kilo 0 Alpha Zulu Alpha, K0AZA, Ron in Fort Collins.
Whiskey 0 India Kilo Lima, Paul in Fort Collins, no traffic.
I have those 3. I'll take 3 more. K3SAD.
Says November 0 Echo Mike Papa, Greg in Fort Collins with WK0DBE.
KF0 OCX, Bonnie, Fort Collins.
Paul in Berthoud, no traffic.
Had a double there. Paul, can I get your call sign again?
That was Kilo Foxtrot 0 Oscar Delta Delta.
Okay, got those 4. I'll take 3 more.
WB5TEX, Whiskey Bravo 5, Tango Echo X-Ray, Dale and Loveland. No comment.
Whiskey 1 Victor Alpha November W1VAN.
AE0CF Alpha Echo 0 Charlie Foxtrot Ben Fort Collins.
Okay, let's hold up there. Ben, I'm really sorry. Could I get your call sign one more time?
Yes, it's Alpha Echo 0 Charlie Foxtrot AE0CF.
Thank you much. And the station that doubled with Ben, can you come back? Okay, let me run through the list. This is K3SAD Net Control for tonight's TechNet. Ad hominem, ad hoc, there we go. K0LE, WA9FBO, AE0KO, KF0KFF, KE4ALG, K0AZA, W0IKL, N0EMP, K0DBE, KF0OCX, KF0ODD, WB5TEX, W1VAN, AE0CF. If you thought you called in and I didn't call you out, can you come back now, please?
KF0FEN, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Echo November, Ernest in Wellington.
Okay, any other stations, Alpha through Zulu, would like to check into tonight's TechNet, please call K3SAD now.
K0MLG, Kilo 0, Mike Lima Golf, Marty Mobile, Fort Collins.
This is
0 Yankee Uniform, KE0, YYU, Justin Evans.
This is
KB0YDN, Kilo Bravo 0, Yankee Tulsa November, Eric, Pinewood Lake, no traffic.
Okay, let's hold it there. The race car in between Marty and Eric. You went a little bit fast. I didn't get anything besides KE0. Could we try again a little slower, please?
KE0, YYU, Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Uniform, Jeff and Evan.
Gotcha that time. Thank you, Jeff. Any other check-ins for tonight's TechNet? Okay, hearing none. Also heard no topics. I assume Greg would like to make a statement about lunch, either being this week or next, I forget. N0EMP, would you want to come back?
MLG.
Go ahead, Marty.
I thought maybe I was distracted by the chatter in the car. I thought I said I had traffic.
The floor is yours. Go ahead.
For those of you that run HF or are going to the HF, especially, this is pertaining to pile-ups, which I'll explain that. A pile-up is when there's a particular station, say in Belgium or South Africa, not so much Belgium, but a station that you're not going to hear, like the station I was I think yesterday in Tanzania. She's from Europe, but was on the expedition. And when you're listening and going to try to work that station, listen. Don't just be scanning the dial. Hear that station and call out. Right? A lot of times they're running split frequency, basically kind of like a repeater. It's a split frequency. So listen. They'll say 5 to 10. They'll say 5 to 20. And they up 5, up 10, up 5, up 10. That means they're listening up 5 kilocycles. They're transmitting on a different one. So example, 28,450 up 5. You go transmit on 28,455. You listen on 28,450. So many people, every time, they don't listen. They just spin the dial, find the station, talk. And it's kind of like repeater etiquette. And I'm bad for it. I'll turn it on, make a call. I'm in a hurry. But you need to, before you make a call and repeater, listen. Same thing doing HF. Just a little bit of advice to make your HF experience more user-friendly. It definitely makes the split police lose their minds. And they'll call you out on it, and they'll call you stupid, and how dumb are you, and you should know this, but they never use their call signs. Kind of like keyboard warriors. But about that, let me know.
K3SAD here. How often would you say people are running splits versus simplex?
Oh, you don't run across it that often. I've run across it twice in the last, several weeks. Oh, geez, I can't remember the island. It's on the Eastern Pacific. I can't remember. They're 50 or 60 so miles off of the coast of California. Clipperton Island, that's what it is, Clipperton. It took tens of thousands of dollars to get the expedition over there. It's an uninhabited island, and they ran a split all the time. So it doesn't matter what band, it can be a split. And so the point is, listen. That way you don't get yelled at by a bunch of OEMs, which is old bands that have nothing better to do than try to police AHF bands.
I appreciate that. There's somebody that bumped a couple times while Marty was speaking. Did you want to come back?
Anyway, well, if you don't know how to run split on your radio, get your owner's manual out, figure out how to do it, and that way when you do hear that station and you want to make, but I tried. Well, I didn't even try because I didn't have that good of a signal on this operator. And there's so many people on the West Coast and South America that were just blowing smoke, and there's no way I was going to have a chance. So, but now if I would have thought I had had a chance, I would have tried. And but that's another thing to get familiar with is running a split. If that's something that you want to do, like I don't really talk within the United States or Canada that much. It's not that fun. I like the DX stuff, and being able to run a split will just help you out. Any other questions? K0MLG, back to that. Go ahead.
Thanks, Marty. K3SAD. Hey, just out of curiosity, I forget, who was it you handed your net off to?
Doug. I can't remember his call tonight.
Okay, maybe he'll want to trade with me next week. Any other topics for tonight's NCART TechNet? Call K3SAD.
And 0EMP.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, just a quick reminder that the every other Wednesday lunch is this Wednesday, day after tomorrow. Perkins in Loveland on West Eisenhower, or Highway 34, starting around 11:30, and 0EMP.
Thank you for that. Any other topics for tonight?
I have some information for you, George.
Yeah, go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, it's Doug, Kilo Zero Delta X-Ray Victor. And he said twice that he's a club member, and I got an email questioning that. So I guess somebody within the board's going to have to figure out whether he's a member or not. And K0 Delta X-Ray Victor is his call. K0MLG.
Okay. With that said, do you want to reacquire third Monday, or how do you want to work that?
I can't. I'm mobile on Mondays right now, so too much family running around to do to where I can sit down and run a net.
Gotcha. Understood. Well, if anybody listening wants to take on third Monday, speak up. It's fun and informative.
This is KD0TYU with a comment.
Go ahead, TYU.
Yeah, everybody kind of knows me, I think. Anyone can actually be on this net, but what we're requiring is that anyone who actually takes it as a net control be a member of the club. So that's kind of the rules. We adopted that many weeks ago, actually many months ago. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're interested. It costs you $25, but you help out the club a lot too. So with that, back to net. Thanks.
K3SAD here. To clarify, membership is $25 a year. Running the net is free.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Sorry.
Any other topics for tonight's TechNet or volunteers to run this next month? Call now.
Yeah, I'm going to direct with Joe.
Go ahead.
Marty?
Did you check with Darren to see if he's a member? I remember we had this problem when Kyle wanted to run the net. He said, well, he's not a member, and come to find out he is. So did you double check this?
Go ahead and continue on with the net. I'll check it right now.
Yeah, because Doug wanted to take it over, and so, yeah. K0MLG, back to net.
Okay, this is K3SAD. I'll be here next week as well. Any other topics for tonight's net or other discussion points? Please call now.
KE0YYU.
Go ahead.
Interested in how does one go about getting a special event call sign that's, say, active for the month of the event? Has anybody ever done that?
MLG.
Thank you, Marty. Go ahead.
I tried to get one a couple of years ago for the 2 marathons that I'm communications manager for. And there's a certain list. You can't just make one up. They have call signs already made up, and it pertains to kind of what you're doing. And I can't remember exactly where, but it's on the FCC website. Probably do a search for special event station call signs, and it should take you right to it. It's a pretty easy application. But I never did get, either I did it wrong or they just didn't get back to me. But you can find it on the FCC website.
Why will I use that? Answer your question?
Yes, thanks. I'll poke around in there. I kind of had in mind my own that I wanted to use, but maybe there's something in there similar because it's a pretty popular event. So thank you. Appreciate it. Back to net.
I have to confess there was a shiver that ran up my spine when I said you can find it on the FCC website. Ugh. Any other topics for tonight's website? TechNet, NCARC TechNet for Monday night.
You're doing a great job. Marty, this is Katie Zutiwayu again. I don't see him on there. If he can get with me, just send me a note to president@ncart.net, and I'll pursue it. Basically, going through all the records that we have going back on the pay fields and things like that on PayPal and the rest of that. George, I don't have you either, but I'm sure that everybody's on. I just can't find them. If you can kind of send me some emails and stuff like that, I'll definitely double-check that stuff myself.
Okay. Yeah, on mine, either Kilo 3 Sierra Alpha Delta or KF0 November Bravo Charlie.
Probably the problem. KF0 November something Charlie, I'm sorry?
November Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, that's where I had the problem. Okay, not a problem. We want to keep this as easy as possible, that's all. And I do apologize for any discomfort this caused for these people. But, yeah, okay. Thanks so much.
All right. Any other topics for tonight's TechNet?
Excuse me. Joe, you might want to, I was just thinking about that when George said, well, his old call sign. I wonder if Doug did that. And that's a vanity, so maybe if you pull up his call on QRZ, it'll show you what his previous was, if that's the case. Because I know he asked me twice to make sure, so just an idea. K0MLG.
That could be very possible. George, I just pulled you up of your old call, and yes, you're there, so no issues at all with that. And that's probably what's wrong with Doug, too, if he's using a vanity call and we have it logged in as that. By the way, I might want to mention that if anybody does change one of these things called, just send us a note. You can either send it to Darren or myself, and I'll change it right away. That's not a problem at all. So I'll send it back to net. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, well, I paid $30 to be a sad ham, so I'd appreciate the recognition. Any other topics for tonight's TechNet? Call K3SAD.
Hey, Joe, I got another call sign for you, an alias.
Go ahead.
And I don't see when it changed, but it's Kilo Juliet 0 Foxtrot KJ0F.
Okay, I'll look.
Yeah, although the last update was June 18, 21, so the K0DXB should be good. Anyway, I have one more announcement, if I could.
You got it. Go for it.
I and KA6ETEN0AOL and another friend of mine, I got with these guys and formed a nonprofit charitable organization. It's called NOCO Santa Squad, and we have made strides in 2 months like no other. We're registered with the state. We have an EIN. We have our determination letter for a 501c3. We received that in 24 days, which is unheard of. And we're trying to spread the word, and I'm not trying to do that here, although it's a nonprofit, NoCoSantaSquad.org. But tomorrow morning on Pirate Radio 93.5 at 0815 hours, I'm going to get interviewed to talk about this. So if anybody wants some entertainment tomorrow morning, that'd probably be the place to go, 93.5 Pirate Radio.
Sounds good. Appreciate that. Any other topics for the TechNet before I close it down?
UA0 BFD for a late check-in. No comments, though.
Got you in there. So this is K3SAD net control for got that. This concludes the NCARC TechNet Net Control. Would like to thank each station for their participation. We had a total of 20 check-ins tonight. This net will occur again next Monday at the same time on this repeater. This is K3S8E, closing the net at 1832. 73, and good night, everyone.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. For more information, visit our website, ncarc.net. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.